Hi guys, Frizzy brony here, and okay, I have just finished watching episodes 24 and 25, the two-parters of the ending of the end, and oh my days, this double-parter, we're not even at the end, I've still got one more episode to watch, but I want to do all three of them on the same day, although this one's probably going to be going up a couple days before episode 26, so don't wonder if I'm wearing the same thing. Regardless, wow, this episode, or these two, I have them both as one episode, so I watched them all back to back, no cut in the middle, and a lot's happened. Now, I realise the episodes together, this finale, is like 40 minutes long, and this is probably only going to be 18 minutes, because I'm going to do this the exact same way that my usual reviews go, where I'm going to be condensing 2-episode story down into one compact package, because I can tell you right now, a lot of my reactions in this episode were just me going, wow, that was mainly it. And you've probably seen it, so you know exactly when I went, wow. And you're going to see it probably as well. But let's get into the episode. We start off outside Canterlot and we just see a chef, one that I don't think we've ever seen before, just heading towards the city, and he is going to attend the coronation. Whether he's making the preparations, I think he was one of the royal chefs that's going to be doing it. But we see him intercepted by a journalist. Never seen her before, and I just assumed her name was Shutterbug because you can easily tell it's Chrysalis in disguise, but she has a little ladybug as a cutie mark in the camera, so paparazzi, Shutterbug. I made the connection, and hopefully that's what her name actually is. But she starts to sow the seeds of dissent among the ponies, because we've seen that since they had their first trial invasion, they started to try and plant the seeds of doubt among the others, and now she's doing it once again, saying about how the Pegasi and the unicorns and the earth ponies should not react together. They should all be separate because they're planning something, and it starts to take a hold. And through this we see it transition back to Grogar's cave. We see that it was Chrysalis, and that her and the villains are finally ready to enact their plan.
Ooh, pretty. I thought that was them screaming there. That just sounded like anguished torment. Ooh. Oh wow. Oh.
So they've found that the bell is able to both absorb and distribute power, and their plan is to now use that to reclaim and distribute it between themselves. Using what is there of Grogar's power in the bell, they power themselves up, and it is so good to see the overpowered version. I mean, Tyrek we've seen before. That was basically him from the episode where he was the big bad. But seeing Cozy Glow and Chrysalis get a power boost, and all we see at the moment are their silhouettes, it is something deeply, deeply good to see. But we don't linger on it for too long, because we see that Grogar has come back from the job that he was setting out to do. But this is an ambush. Immediately he is set upon by all three of them.
Yay. She's doing her weird head splitty thingy. Oh, I like the redesigns, or the power-up design.
Why didn't you tell me?
We're villains, duh.
Now this is where one of the truly shocking twists of the episode came in that I was not expecting at all. I was expecting Grogar to be taken down to like a meek little ram or something, but oh my days. The reveal just...
Ooh. Now this subterfuge I like. Wait. What?
It was Discord all along. What the hell is going on here? Grogar is not Grogar. The G1 villain that we thought he was is a disguise. And it's Discord. Which kind of does go hand in hand because he knew the Schmooze, which was another G1 villain. So Discord has knowledge of that. But still, we see that they turn on him and steal all of his magic. His chaos magic is gone. He can't do anything. And he books it. He runs and flees. And they've got all of this power stored up. And we've had 3 clips. And we've only just got to the intro credits of this massive episode.
Ho!
Wait, Discord was Grogar? Like the whole time. Should we follow him?
Holy moly!
Besides, we have plans.
So we need to defuse now. We've had that major high there of that reveal. And we need to get back into the lull of the episode. So after the credits finish, we see that we're with Twilight and the girls getting ready for her coronation. And it's an event that we've been waiting for a while to see. But while they're trying to do their final checks throughout Canterlot, we find that it's oddly deserted. Now we, as the viewers, know exactly why that is. It's because of Chrysalis, Tyrek, and Cozy Glow's influence. But the girls don't know that. They think that it's just an odd day in Canterlot.
Weather for the coronation is sunny skies.
We're messing with not geology,
I wanted to help you clear the clouds.
I can't think what it is.
They're not the only ones.
This is weird.
Royal power and over a millennium. Of course, every pony is a little jumpy. Change does that.
So we see them going about trying to get their chores done, a little bit of food, a little bit of fabric, all the usual bits. And then we return to the castle, and this is where we have Discord bursting onto the scene, although not in his usual magical way. He's limping, he is battered, he's had to run to get there. He's done it on foot. He doesn't realise how painful it is to walk around when he can't teleport now, which is good for him to get a bit of exercise, but this is where the proverbial Stish hits the fan, because he tells them what his plan was. He lets them know. He lets Twilight, the main 6, well, Twilight and the rest of the main 6, as well as the princesses, just what he has done. And it's a betrayal that they were not expecting, although he did it from a good place. Also, he says,
Let me get this straight. You wanted to boost Twilight's confidence, so you brought that Chrysalis, Cozy Glow, and Tyrek to attack her?
Don't forget Sombra.
And while you united these 3 villains, you pretended to be Grogar?
Discord, how could you do this to Twilight and us?
Marriage over.
What a great job you did defeating Sombra. All the confidence you gained. Remember the cheering? The hoof bumps?
Except it was all a lie.
A well-intentioned lie.
so it turns out this was all a big set-up plan to try and give Twilight and her friends a massive confidence boost by being able to best anything that comes their way. However, by having that plan revealed that all their victories were basically shallow and orchestrated, it crushes Twilight. She is absolutely devastated by it and loses all confidence in herself. But the imminent threat of 3 overly powered villains all trying to converge on one spot gets her worried, and so they do devise a battle plan.
Bike! Send a letter to Star Swirl. Tell him we need the pillars to guard the borders of Canterlot. If the villains are coming for a fight, we'll have one waiting for them.
Well, no, bring...
Chrysalis on the loose. She'll go after Starlight.
I was gonna say, bring in everyone from the other kingdoms to help.
Line of defense if we fail.
You've got dragons and griffins and yaks.
Battle for the fate of Equestria is coming.
You know it's not going to go well though, but they try. They know to summon the Pillars of Friendship as well as warning the other kingdoms. They're keeping it internal. They are not letting anything out of Equestria. And it doesn't go well. Because first and foremost, the villains split. They don't all converge. We have them all go off separately. Tyrek intercepts the pillars and absolutely decimates them. Chrysalis goes straight for the School of Friendship. She has a vendetta with Starlight. And the one who goes to Canterlot Castle is Cozy Glow. And even Cozy Glow on her own seems to be too much for the main six.
Oh, Christ. Now that's a twist. Twisty-turny.
That's the problem with you magic types. You're so reliant on all your special power, you forget to use your brain.
Now, they do start to gain the upper hand. Celestia and Luna, by the way, have their power completely drained because they tried to use their magic, and Cozy Glow just happened to bring Grogar's bell. I'm tripping over here because I'm so excited to try and get through it. She has the bell, so she takes the Alicorn power. And just when they do start to get the upper hand, though, the other two villains join her and absolutely lay waste to the main six and the princesses as they try to basically hold the fort. They can't do it, and they lose. Twilight has to flee, and, well, it just goes down.
Go Rarity! Best main six at it there.
Go, Twilight! Get help! We'll hold them together.
Go, my god.
I can't leave you here. It's our only chance.
Like, props to Rarity there for actually stopping Twilight from losing her powers. I was not expecting her to just come in and be like, yeet, and throw a rock at Tirek. So props to her. Best main six, and I will always stand by that. Rarity's been favourite since day one, and she was the one who saved Twilight. If it wasn't for her there, story would be over. But we see that Twilight's escaped, Canterlot's fallen, Canterlot gets decimated, and all of the main six, minus Twilight, all of the pillars and Starlight are captured and taken below Canterlot Castle, where Chrysalis has her own special jail. Because you know that when it comes to enforcement, she's going to be the one to do it.
We need to show the rest of Equestria that we've broken their heroes first. Besides, we should have fun with them.
Yep, they're all there. Yep.
No! We should hunt down Twilight Sparkle. As long as she's out there, she's dangerous.
Is that big, strong Minotaur that scared of one little pony? Relax. It's not like her friends are going anywhere.
Well, thanks to you, Chrysalis, you're probably going to have your downfall.
But never one to stay down for long. It seems Discord might have something up his sleeve, as he seems to change tack a little bit, as he seems to want to teach them how to use the Chaos Magic. We saw Cozy Glow try to use it, turning into an absolute beast, and immediately having the power stripped away. But now Discord offers to teach them how to use it, to control it. Well, Chrysalis and Cozy, he doesn't like Tirek.
It would give you power over all reality, but you'd have to ask nicely and spare my friends.
No, Discord!
Oof.
This isn't the way to help! Discord,
Oof.
could you please...
I know he's going to backstab, but still.
Speak! He's lying. He won't tell us.
I certainly won't tell you after the way you lied to me last time we teamed up, you muscle-bound cretin.
And so it's thanks to him being an absolute buffoon and a subversive genius that he manages to get Starlight free, who then manages to get everyone free, and then the main six manage to escape to go and find Twilight, while the princesses stay fighting alongside her and Discord. And seeing Discord throwing rocks was just beautiful at the end of that fight scene.
Just save Equestria and keep Fluttershy safe.
It's just throwing rocks at them.
So the girls manage to escape and they go to try and find Twilight. Their first thought is that she would have gone back to Ponyville, where the castle is, where basically she's lived for her entire story life. Because we saw her go from Canterlot there, but she's basically lived Ponyville, so they go and find her there to find that the town is absolutely in shambles, and they see the full extent of the villainous trio's efforts. All the Earth ponies have been forced to Ponyville, all of the unicorns are holed up in Canterlot, and the Pegasi are closing up the sky. I say it in the reaction a few times, but it goes full Fallout Equestria. They are sealing off the sky to anything but Pegasi. And it's absolute madness, but she's not in Ponyville. So they go to find her in the next place that she would be, with her family.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Okay, she's not there then. My guess was wrong.
She's upstairs. It's not.
My guess was right.
You're here? I was so worried. Where are the princesses?
They put up a crazy fight so we could escape and find you. Mission accomplished. Now let's save
So we see that she's a little bit distraught in her room upstairs in the Crystal Empire. Shining Armor and Cadence couldn't really do anything for her, but the main six are back together now. The girls are there trying to give their best pep talk to Twilight, and she's just not feeling it. She's got that deep self-doubt in her. But luckily, the words of Pinkie Pie and Rarity and Applejack and Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy managed to break through that deep-rooted doubt and ignite that fire of rebellion once again. And they're gonna go and they're gonna try their hardest to at least do something. Because they've come through a lot worse and harder of times. And I do like the fact that Cadence and Shining Armor offer to help, but Twilight specifically says no. If something happens to all of us, Flurry Heart is the last hope of Equestria. She will be the last alicorn that can take rule, which is nice, because that gives a reason why they aren't there. So, the main six go to head back to Canterlot. Meanwhile, all hell is breaking loose because the Wendigos have now entered the scene all across Equestria, going as far as Canterlot, Ponyville, because there's just so much negativity. They're coming back to make eternal winter. And so it really sets the stage for this final battle, as it were, because they've gone straight to Canterlot. We go back to see the villains, concerned about the Wendigos. They're saying, should we deal with them now, or should we let things get bad to actually show power before then dealing with them to get people on our side? That's kind of cut short because Cozy Glow actually spots the main six heading their way, and so they go for their final confrontation. Although this time Twilight and the girls have a plan. If they can just get that bell, they may be able to turn the tides. And so, we have one more round of battle.
annoying.
Not annoying, distracting.
No, just grab it. You don't need the Lassily Flippity Whooper. Ooh. Little diamond shield. That's cool.
Now, Professor, we all know you're not the best one.
Aww.
It's sadly not enough. They can't quite seem to actually move the bell. It seems magically anchored in place. And they manage to capture Spike in all the fray, and they start to do the whole wing pulley thing, which must be painful for him. It's Tiny Dragon. He just got those as well. And they basically say, stand down or we just rip his wings off, flat out. If you don't want to see your friend crippled, stand down. So they do. And the three plan to obliterate the main six. They just want them gone. You see all three of them bearing down with massive lasers. You've got the sounds mixed in with like jet noises. You know this is going to be a big blast, and it is. Everything goes white.
Out that the magic of friendship is your biggest weakness. A fitting end to your pathetic story.
No matter what, we face it together.
And what's gonna save them now? What Deus Ex?
Can I open my eyes?
Oh boy, this is where we see it, the faith in humanity part restored, as up on the hilltop we see unicorns, we see changelings, we see griffins, we see yaks. They pour in to help support the main six, rescue them from the fray, and try to overpower the three villains. I can't remember what their team's called. They don't have a team name, so you just gotta keep saying three villains. But they rush in, and we find out exactly what happened. Twilight forgot one important fact. That she had a school that taught about the powers of friendship. They had students of every race. And those students, in amongst all that absolute anarchy that was going on throughout Equestria and the lands outside of it, banded together. They were the ones that managed to instill the magic of friendship among all of the people. We had Sandbar for the Earth Ponies. We had Silverstream for the Hippogriffs, Yona for the Yaks, all doing their bit. There were a couple of unnamed equines as well for the Unicorns and the Pegasi, but regardless, we had all of the races coming together to preach the word of friendship and instill the good values once again to get rid of the Wendigos. Because they know the stories, they know how to beat it. And so they managed to converge all on Twilight's point to be her salvation and instill in her not just a spark, but an entire flame of rebellion against these three invaders. And so now comes that moment. The big speech.
The elements showed me and my friends
How?
strong our friendship could be. Together we worked to bring harmony to Equestria.
Like,
But they-
ultimate teleportation is a thing, but
teach others about the magic of friendship. Others who will continue our mission after we are gone. Now I truly understand. The elements are just symbols. The real magic has always been right here. And the more who understand how powerful friendship is...
also I completely missed that Tempest was there.
And here's where we have it, the massive taking down of all three of these bad guys. How are they going to stand up to the power of Twilight when she has the magic of everyone behind her? Ow, I just hit my hand. That's how impactful it was. She's got everyone, not just ponies, not just her friends. She's essentially got the world behind her. Because I know that I was there willing it as well. I'm just there thinking, yes, this is epic, this is awesome. And I'm glad they didn't pull the Saturday morning cartoon thing of looking at the camera going, now you pray for Twilight as well. Go on, give Twilight your energy. I'm glad they didn't do that. But they were secretly, because all of us watching wanted her to succeed. So she had the entire world behind her at that moment. And we see all three of the bad guys, a little bit underwhelmingly, they just had the rainbow once again. But we see all three of them get decimated back to their base forms. And T-Rex the one who suffers the worst.
Oh, jeez. Ah, boo. Just the rainbow filter. Really? No epic wow. Okay, it's been a while since we've seen him looking like that. That's weird.
Now you're left thinking, what is gonna happen? We've had Canterlot obliterated, we've had the bad guys rise and fall, and now they're just there. How are they gonna escape? What's gonna happen? What punishment is good enough for them? And Chrysalis makes her big speech of, you haven't seen the last of us, we will come back more powerful than before. And then all of a sudden,
Nothing will ever stop me. Chocolate rain?
Don't look at me.
it's Disco! Actually, no it's not. It's Pinkie Pie. And you get that little sense that she's having a bit of a sugar high when she's holding this bell. You can see those pupils are gone. It's basically the biggest high for her. She absorbs all the chaos magic and becomes Super Pinkie and brings down chocolate rain and a giant cupcake to stop the bad guys from escaping. But their ultimate fate, as bestowed upon them by Discord, Celestia, and Luna together, as advised by Discord, all three of them get the Season 2 treatment.
Ooh, wow. Oh! Yeah, I knew they were going to do the stoning thing, but wow, that's kind of...
Together for
Oh, that's grim.
can't think of any they would want less.
That is grim. Wow.
Now, I said it in the reaction. All three of them were turned into one collective statue. It wasn't if there were three statues. All of them were as one. And when that was Discord, that was statuized, the whole point of him being freed in the first place was under the caveat that there had to be discord around him. There had to be disharmony and chaos. What stipulations have been put on this statue? Because I know they're going to put it down in the dungeon, out the way of anyone, but if they're statues, there's still a chance that they can come back. Kind of upset that they didn't go the route of statue and then smashed it to pieces, but there's still one episode to go. I can't say anything about that. But speaking about the end of the episode, which we pretty much are at, we're wondering what's going to happen, because we know there's meant to be a coronation happening. But by now we're at the 40-minute mark, and surely they're not going to shoe fist that into 4 minutes. And it doesn't. We have Twilight in this field with her friends, Discord, the princesses, the entirety, tripping over my words again, the entirety of the world watching her, saying we're going to need a few more chairs. Because lightheartedness is always nice, but she says, let's put the coronation off. Let's wait until Canterlot at least is rebuilt, till the world is back to proper civilization, and all of this is done. And we end this episode pretty much the same way that season 1 ended. Not with a grand festival, not with a big celebration, but just the main 6 in Canterlot at Donut Joe's, just enjoying a round of donuts, and it's genuinely beautiful to see that happen, to see them just back at their humble roots, as it were, just enjoying time together as friends, and that is one of the best ways they could have ended this episode. And that is it. That is the end of episode 24 and 25 combined together as one 2-parter. There's still one episode to go, and I am looking forward to getting back to watching it after I'm finished with this. But yeah, guys, I've got to say, this episode was not perfect. Damn good, but not perfect. There were so many highs in this episode that I can't get into this one bit, and I will try to get as many of them as I can in the bonus reaction section. Mainly it's going to be the big plot twists within the episode, but let me know what you thought about it, because I want to know what you thought of these 2-parters. Episode 26 will be going up soon after this one, so don't worry, you don't have to wait long. But for this particular double-part episode, what did you think? Let me know down below in the comments. And until we get to the big finale, guys,